Alright, so I am back at a place called the Bel-Air Woods Nature Preserve, and we were here back in January. It was like a 60-degree day in January, beautiful day. But I said I was going to come back and do like a wildflower hike here, because I said it felt like a good wildflower place. And just right here at the beginning of the trail, it's full of stuff. Right by the Jeep, there's an interesting plant, which I'll show you in a moment. But just all kinds of wildflowers here already. So if you don't like nature and wildflowers, you will not like this video. Alright, just warning you. So let me get you turned around and show you what I see already, just right here at the beginning of the trail. I don't know how many wildflowers I've seen already, so should be a good video, for me at least. I love wildflowers. Alright. Yeah, so right here by the parking lot, right next to the Jeep, is an interesting plant. This is called a squaw root, or bear corn, or sometimes it's called cancer root as well. It's a parasitic plant. It feeds off of the roots of nearby oak trees. When they get older, they look like pine cones on the ground. Interesting plants. They will get white flowers later. Yeah, here's what the trail looks like. And right here are some, let me get my shadow out of the way. Here are some beautiful white flowers. I believe these are called rue anemones. There's different types of anemones. There's wood anemones. There's even a false anemone, but I'm pretty sure these are rue anemone. Beautiful little flowers. Of course, we have our purple violets are out here. We've seen those already. And there are some yellow violets down here. And right up here is a wild geranium. Sometimes it's called stork's bill. They usually come out, in May. Of course, this is the end of April. The beautiful purple color. This is April 29th, I believe. So right off the bat, just wildflowers everywhere. Oh, if you're watching my edible and medicinal plants, you should recognize this leaf. This is the leaf of the bloodroot plant. Right there's where the bud used to be. Alright, just lots of stuff. Alright. Over here is Solomon's seal. I'll be doing a video on these sometime. The little flower buds are below the stalk there. Wow. Alright, I haven't even started this hike. Alright. I do have some mail to share with you at some point too. We'll find a nice log to sit and have some lunch, share some mail at some point in this video. I just spotted these down here. I'm not quite sure what this is right here. This flower, I don't recognize this. So I'll have to take some pictures and try and identify it when I get home. Of course, here are some of my favorite plants I always mention, the May-apples, and they are just getting ready to bloom. See here, right there's the bud. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a bud right there. Whenever there's two leaves on one stalk, that plant will have a bud. If they just have one stalk, they won't have a bud. See, like right there is one of two leaves. Right there. So it has a bud right in the middle. I'm pointing at the right one there. Whereas one with a single stalk doesn't. Double stalk, you can see the bud in the middle there. And you should recognize these down here. If you were my students, I'd ask you what these are. I did a video on these. These are spring beauty. Remember, you can eat the roots of the corms. They look similar to those rue anemones we saw earlier, but these only have 5 petals, a little bit smaller. Spring beauties. Just so much out here. There's a big patch of white flowers up there. Let's walk up there and see what those are. Oh wow. Okay, these are all those spring beauties we just looked at. Look at all of them. Because they also have their leaves. Remember, their leaves have those grass-like blades to them as well. I'll try and show you one of those rue anemones again. They don't have leaves that look like this. Let's look at all this beautiful spring beauties. Of course, this is a rather wet trail to walk on. It was wet when we were here in January too, but I'll take the wetness. With all the, oops, that stone isn't safe. With all the wildflowers and everything out here, I'll take the wetness. And these purple violets just add a swath of beautiful purple along the trail. And right up here is a flower you should recognize. Once again, if you're with me, I'd quiz you on it, because we've eaten this one already. Well, I have. This is that invasive species I talk about, the garlic mustard. Even it's out here growing. Oh, check this out too. This isn't blooming yet, but oh, yeah, this plant. I think this is called well, it's almost getting ready to bloom up there. Sweet cicely, I think it's called. But its roots and stems smell like licorice. Of course, you know I like black licorice, but they smell like black licorice. So they will bloom shortly here. There's stuff everywhere out here. I wanted to take you up the trail with me just a bit here, because there's just, well, I'll wait till we get up there. There's just loads of flowers up there. It is beautiful out here. So like I said, if you don't like wildflowers and nature, you're probably not enjoying this video. But if you do, yeah. If you're local to the area, this is a really nice place to hike. Wow, it's beautiful. So let me turn you around in a moment here and show you what I'm seeing as I walk down this trail. It's just loaded with those those white spring beauties up here. Oops, see, it's just loaded with those beauties. Oh, there's a dog up there. Yeah, that dog was with its owner. It was a friendly dog. So, well, I am just taking my time on this trail. I think last time I was here, was it a 45-minute hike we did? But I'm just gonna, like I said, take my time, because there's just so much to see along the trail. This is what I've been waiting for all winter. We had a nice winter, but then spring got kind of cold again. Now it's looking like this. So here's a good example of how that garlic mustard is an invasive plant. All these tall plants here are the garlic mustard. I think I mentioned in previous videos, the problem they cause is they tend to take over an area and crowd out the native plants. And as you can see, that's kind of what's happening here. All these tall plants, all the way down in there. Some of my favorites are down there, the Mayaples. They're kind of crowding out the native plants, so they can be a problem. So off trail up here, I'm seeing some splashes of yellow up here. So let's check this out. Wow. I am unfamiliar with this plant, to be honest. Beautiful. Those are large yellow blooms there. It's another one I'm going to look up when I get home. Wow. There's a bunch of them here. I almost want to call them marsh marigolds, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, you know, I don't know every plant out here in the woods, so it's always fun to come across ones that I'm unfamiliar with as well. It makes it fun to go home and look them up in the field guide too. All right, you can't tell, I'm loving this hike so far. And here you have another lovely set of colors. There's our purple violets, and here are our wild geraniums again. I do enjoy this color. Just some beautiful scenery out here. I remember being here last January. Looked a little bit different than this. But I think we're gonna have a seat here, have some lunch, and share some mail with you. I'm getting pretty hungry. Alright, so lunch is consumed. Snickers bar and beef jerky pretty much. And try not to get distracted, but I'm seeing stuff around me just here. I see some a hepatica plant, round-lobed hepatica. I'll show that to you when I'm done sharing mail with you here. But it's just beautiful out here. I wasn't even really planning on coming out here today, but just one of those days where I decided, you know, let's go. So, no regrets. But anyway, let's share some mail. First thing, I did get a book, Nathaniel Green. I know in that question and answer video, people ask me what I collect. I mentioned I collect coins and stuff like that, but I forgot to mention I am a book person too. So it's been a while since I read a good book. So he was part of the American Revolution, so we'll be reading that. This is from Alex from Rhode Island, and thank you for the financial gift that was in there as well. Well, it's from their dog Daisy as well, so that's cool. I don't know if Daisy watches my videos, but I got some more black licorice. I got some from, this one's from Australian, and then there's one here called Scotty Dogs. It's a bit windy out here. These are in the shape of those little Scottish terriers. And of course the Australian licorice is in just the typical form, the typical tube form that a lot of it comes into. This stuff was good. I'm not sure who sent these to me. They came in different packages. There was no name on any of them. They were, you know, someone had sent them to me from Amazon. So whoever you are, unless I missed your name on the package somewhere, thank you for whoever you are. If it's the same person or different people, thank you. Let's see here. Starting to get some Memorial Day cards. I'm forgetting that it is Memorial Day coming up, just because everything's kind of off with the whole virus thing. This is from Jim and Deb. Got a beautiful patriotic card there. Of course, they have some kind words for me there. Wishing you a happy Memorial Day. Hopefully it is. Hopefully we can have Memorial Day. You know, we're not all, you know, locked up in our houses yet. Right. Another memorial card. Of course, there'll be another patriotic theme there. This is from Carolyn. She sent me a financial gift too. Thank you for that, Carolyn. Of course, she has some kind words for me too. I think I got one more. Well, I got several more things here. Next card is from Teresa, I think. Yeah, Teresa. So I won't read everything she says in there. She has some kind words though. But she sent me some, oh, she talks about how she used to be a teacher, teach English on home to kids in China. That's pretty cool. I knew some people that did that in college. She sent me some seeds. She obviously watched that video, question and answer video. I collect seeds. I'm a garden nerd. I'm hoping to have like a patio or a, you know, like a container garden on my porch this summer. I clean my porch up nice. I have a bunch of those terracotta pots I'd like to fill with stuff, so these will get used. Thank you for that, Teresa. And one more thing from Marty. They sent me a whole bunch of these little packets, snacks. How do you say the name? Sahale? I'm probably saying it wrong. All different kinds. There's lots of, mostly cashews and other kind of nuts, but there's different flavors of them. Whole box full of them. And also, they sent me a bag of coffee too, the coffee grounds, because they you know, I talk about going home and having a cup of coffee when I get home. I've quit coffee several times in the past years, but I just like it too much. I like the taste of it. Anyway, I have it morning and in the evening coffee. Anyway, thank you everybody for your gifts. I am overwhelmed a little bit sometimes by the gifts. You know, you go check the post office and there's like 2 or 3 packages. It's fun, but never really expected to get mail like this all the time. But anyway, it is appreciated, so thank you. Yeah, and while I was just filming over there, I got distracted and I saw another plant I recognized over here. Unfortunately, it's not blooming anymore. I think there's a little bit of it growing right there as well. But this is called round-lobed hepatica. Of course, hepatica means liver. And if you notice, these leaves have 3 lobes. There's something back in the day called the doctrine of signatures. And people believed that the shape of the plant or its flowers would determine what part of the body it could be used medicinally for. Yeah, you can see there's where the flower was. They're long gone, but since it has 3 lobes and it looks like a liver, they thought that this plant was useful for things that obtained or pertained to the liver. So that's why it's called hepatica, round-lobed hepatica. An interesting thing, the doctrine of signatures it was called. So it was used to treat liver issues, but I don't really think it actually helps with the liver at all. Interesting. It's not blooming. They bloom earlier in the spring. I do have pictures from previous years, so I think I'll show you a picture of what they look like. They are beautiful flowers, so that's cool just to see them. I know I was filming there, I looked down and I saw them there. I got distracted, but so much to see out here. I'm gonna get packed back up and we'll get on hiking again. Alright, so growing out of this rock are some more of those anemones that I mentioned earlier. I mentioned they look similar to the spring beauties. If you look at the leaves of the anemone, they don't have that grass-like appearance to them. They're more almost roundish, but they have, like, you know, little lobes at the end there. So they're similar. The flower is similar, but the leaves are very different. And also the spring beauty has 5 petals. The anemones here have more than 5. So even though they're similar, there are differences if you know what to look for. And just down here is another interesting plant. This is wild ginger. It's not actually ginger, but let's see the flowers. It does have flowers, but if you don't know where to look, you won't find them. They are they're underneath the plant down here. Let's see if we can find one. Right there's one. You can see that right there. Right there is a flower. They're pretty hard to see down there. Let me see if we can zoom in on it just a little bit. See it right there. These flowers are not pollinated by bees, but by insects that crawl in the ground, so that's why the flowers are down near the ground. If you didn't know where to look, you wouldn't even know that they have flowers. So I'm definitely gonna have to come back here in the future. There's a number of edible medicinal plants along the trail here, including what we just looked at there, the wild ginger. Yeah, you can hear someone shooting off in the distance again. I think that happened last time I was here. Alright, there's another plant I'm going to show you down here too, actually. Because I've showed these in other videos, but this is Jack in the pulpit. This is the pulpit, and you lift the pulpit up, there's Jack standing inside the pulpit there, the little thing right there. Jack in the pulpit. They're interesting little plants. I shouldn't let the shooting bother me too much. I mean, they're just target shooting, but it is kind of frustrating when you're, trying to make a video or just enjoy nature a little bit. But whatever. All right. There's one flower I'm keeping my eyes open for. Some trilliums. Haven't seen any out here yet. Especially the purple trillium, or sometimes it's called the stinking Benjamin. It's supposed to smell like dead meat. Never seen one of those yet. Still got a little bit left of this trail, so maybe we will. We'll see. So I probably forgot to mention, this is in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Not too far from the town of Lawn, here in northern Lancaster County. So if you live in the area, it's a beautiful place to come hiking. Except for the shooting, anyway. Alright, well that'll be it for this video. The Jeep is just right up here again. Beautiful spot, beautiful day, although it does look a little stormy up here. But anyway, I'm definitely coming back. I saw a number of plants that I can do my edible medicinal videos on. Plus, I've seen a number of plants I recognize that are not blooming yet, so if I come back in May and June, there'll be a whole nother variety of plants blooming. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you in the next video.